Hello, my name is Axel, and today I'm going to speak about the Italian bioplastic company called Bio-on. So Bio-on was founded or co-founded in 2007 by Marco Astori and Guido Cocagnani. And their business model was to produce themselves, but also to sign licensing contracts and industrial partnerships. So the company was listed on the IEM segment of the Borsa Italiana, which is specifically for the SMEs. And the offices and production units were based in Bologna, which is also known for being the packaging valley and an agricultural hub. So in 2019, they had around 100 employees. And when we look at their shareholders, well, around 10% of the company was traded publicly. And the two co-founders had around 11% each. And then there was a company who had 68%. And that company was called Capsa, and it's a lumber and woodworking equipment company in Milan. So in 2019, May, they reported a profit of 33.5 million euros and sales of 51 million euros for the year 2018. And when we look at their business, well, they had the intentions to create materials through biotechnologies, and more specifically to produce PHA for packaging, toys, design, cosmetic, fashion, pharmaceuticals, and electronics. So let's have a look at PHA. PHA is a bio-based and compostable polyester, and it's made through the fermentation of sugars, the bacterial fermentation of sugars. It's one of the most promising bioplastics, and it could sometimes be considered as a miracle solution. So PHA can substitute many plastics because it can replicate their technical characteristics. Let's now look at their brand. So their PHA brand was called MinervPHA, and it was branded as being a high performance biopolymer suitable for injection and extrusion. And it was a second generation bioplastics using biomass wastes instead of food crops. And it was also branded as being soil and marine degradable. So they received a OK biodegradable water certification in 2008 and a bio-based product certification by the USDA in 2014. Let's now look at the corporate structure. There were several business units. I think there were around 6 business units. And the reason was given by Marco Astori. And he said, to rapidly meet the enormous number of requests from all over the world for our revolutionary technology, we had to create several business units. So the first one is Bio-on plant, and that one was the productive unit, the production. The second one was CNS for cosmetic, nanomedicine, and for smart materials. Basically, it's to develop biomaterials. Then we have RAF, recovery and fermentation, to find or research new feedstock. Then we have ENG, engineering, for the construction and assistance of licensed plants. And then we have SMD, structural materials development, to study and develop structural materials. And last, we have FDM, fashion development materials, to develop materials for the fashion and luxury industry. Then when we look at MinervPHA, there were several product range. First of all, we have the MinervPHA Super Toys program for toys. Then we have the MinervPHA Biocosmetics for scrub and active ingredients. And then we have MinervPHA Biomeds for medical applications. And lastly, we have MinervPHA PHB Riviera that produces micropowders for sun care protection. In addition, 3 companies were also established. The first one is Luxon, to produce PHA from captured CO2, and Zeropack, which produces packaging for fruit and vegetables. And the last is Eloxel, to produce PHA applications for the electronics market. So the troubles for Bio-on started on the 19th of July 2019. Quintessential Capital Management, which is an investment company, published a report which was not really good for Bio-on. Basically, they blamed or claimed that Bio-on was a house of cards, a scheme conceived by the management to enrich themselves at the expense of the shareholders. It was, according to them, a massive bubble based on flow technology and fictitious sales, thanks to a network of empty shell companies. So in the QCM report is mentioned that they have an economic interest in the price movement of the securities mentioned in this report. So to make a long story short, they may have been short selling. So it means that you make money when the value of the share falls. Of course, after the publication of that report, the share value collapsed. So on the 23rd of October 2019, the board members were placed under investigation. And basically they resigned from their positions a few days afterwards. On the 24th of October, Marco Astori was placed under house arrest. On the 31st of October, a temporary administrator has been nominated by the Court of Bologna. On the 21st of December 2019, the Court of Bologna declared a bankruptcy of Bio-on. However, the business continuity was authorized to find a new investor or owner. So on the 15th of January 2020, Marco Astori gave an interview and he made following statements. He said, "We were victims of a well-prepared speculative attack. We started a revolution, but we were stopped. Bio-on has never presented false balance sheets. And in their communications to the markets, they have always respected the AIM regulation." And lastly, the attack has burned hundreds of millions of euros investments in a few hours. So what's going to happen in the future with Bio-on? Are they going to find a new investor? Will the phoenix rise from its ashes and fly again? Well, it's interesting to note that the accusations are only financial. Basically, false corporate communications by a listed company, and secondly, false accounting. But no accusations were made regarding the Bio-on technology, products, and applications. That's it, folks. Thank you for watching.